Ladies and gentlemen, this first panel is with the awesome Thrilling Adventure Hour. Please welcome to the stage Ben Acker, Ben Blacker, Mark Gagliardi, Hal Lublin, Aaron Ginsberg, Arden Myron, and Amy Acker. Thank you. Hi. Before I start, Mark, did I say your last name right?
Gagliardi.
I fucking nailed it. Wow.
You did. I thought I heard
did.
that coming in. I was like, Aisha got that.
Yeah, I was filled with self-doubt, but now
You got my name wrong.
What? Like, your name's John Smith. Yeah, Aaron Ginsberg, wreck that.
Yeah.
Aaron Ginsberg.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Present.
Is it? What's your name?
Arden Marine?
Woo!
Okay.
No, that's
Thank
wrong.
you.
You don't
It
know
doesn't
your
look
own
like
name.
it. It
Arden.
doesn't.
No, that's not your name.
It doesn't look like Marine and Arden is not.
Are you sure you're pronouncing it right?
You know what? I might not be.
All right. We'll look into that.
Did I leave somebody out? Did I leave a name off of the list? Did I get everybody right? Good, okay. Well, my moment of self-doubt is now over. I'm going to keep drinking this cup of coffee.
You look amazing. May I just drink you in? You look amazing.
Does anybody read Saga? I kind of got it right? I kind of got it right. I didn't get the part right where someone drew my abs. I have to draw my own abs, and I'm a terrible drawer, which is why I have one ab and not six. So I did this last year, and have you guys done this before? Is this your first time at Nerd HQ?
Oh, honey, this is not.
God bless
our
you.
first
All right,
rodeo.
good. I'm just, it's not the kind of thing where we have a set thing. We're just gonna get into it, right? And
We have to
we're
talk
gonna-
about Zach Levi for an hour, right? Is that
Yeah, we
correct?
do. That's how it works. Are there children here? Shit.
Do it.
I was gonna say the worst thing you could possibly hear at this time of the day. No, I already talked about Zach and how awesome he is, so I think we should just go to questions. Let's do it. Or you guys could just take pictures and we could sit here in silence.
Oh, do you mind if we nap?
Yeah.
Get on the
Hold
microphone.
on. Wait, cowboy?
Didn't I yell at you yesterday? Yes. Yeah. You have a microphone now, so you're allowed to talk.
This is gonna go great.
Ben, we have talked about you yelling at fans.
Not fans, fan. Go ahead.
Hal, what's the best
No
thing
questions
they've
for Hal.
given you?
Benjamin, please.
Yes.
What? I couldn't hear you.
That was so
Rude over
racist.
here.
Okay.
They keep messing with your name tags. What's the best one they've given you?
Well, yesterday, anybody who was at our panel at Comic-Con, they misspelled my name again. Lublin, they left the L out.
Classic spelling.
It is Lublin
Classic
for everybody
misspelling.
here. And if you're watching
I
on the
did.
internet,
I got your
there's
name
the
wrong. I said
camera. Who
Lublin.
knows?
By the way, you should just switch it to Lublin. That's way sexier.
That's what it was. The women in our family long ago decided it was Lublin, and now it is my curse.
I'm
to
writing
bear.
a letter.
Thank you. So, dear Grandma Lublin, they had...
Wrong.
You're wrong about yourselves.
Yeah. Thank you for letting me invent this time machine just for this purpose. So they had the wrong name tag for it. Perfect. You're fired. So during the panel, somebody from the staff came up to me with a note that said, "I'm so sorry, how do you actually spell your name?" I said, "It's fine, this is how you spell it, but if you're gonna bring me another name tag, make it worse." So halfway through the panel, I got, I think Hal Wansel was my new name.
Yeah.
So let's just go with that. Can we throw that up on the lower third?
Wansel. W-A-N-T-Z-E. Accent aigu.
Yeah. So there, that's the question. That's the answer. You can leave now, thank you.
Fan. Don't be. I love how people are just videotaping and not asking questions or interacting with us. Come on,
Also-
you guys. Technology is ruining human interaction.
I see that lady has her hand up.
There we go.
Also, you don't have to video it. First of all, there are no tapes in those phones.
There are tapes.
You know
There's
that,
tape
right?
inside. There's a little cassette tape.
Second of all, you know they're doing it themselves. It's streaming. You don't have to video it.
Is this a virtual reality experience that we're in right now?
It's a real reality experience
is?
that we're in right now.
Can we pause for a
Right.
moment before that question? So backstage, there is this virtual reality thing, and Arden tried it out. Can you describe that experience?
Okay, this is also my first Comic-Con, and so my synapses are already like, I mean, it's like crazy. It's crazy naturally in there, and then you put me in Comic-Con and like shake it for a while, and then you throw me Sunday morning into virtual reality. It is, none of us are ever gonna talk to another human again. It's basically like driving with Jason Statham, and you get to kill bad guys, and it was so awesome. And I'm never gonna leave my house again.
I like it when you kind of point towards me and
Jason Statham, you guys.
refer to me as
I
Jason
love your
Statham.
work. I love your work.
Thank you.
You were very
Big
funny
fan
in
of yours,
Spy.
too.
Very funny in Spy.
Well, we were all watching too because it's up on the monitor back there. And at the beginning, Arden's like, within 30 seconds, she's boom, grab a clip. She's Jason Bourne, just taking people out.
Thank you so much.
It was awesome.
I took a self-defense class once, and I'm like strangely strong. And it was like some of the other people would like panic, and I could actually do like the Matrix, like, come on, yeah, we're getting this, get at it. My dream is to be like Lara Croft.
That was super hot, actually. It was a little
Oh my God.
sexual. I totally want to attack you now, but
Oh
I'm
my God.
afraid because you're going to kick me in my nuts.
Oh my God, let's do that. Let's make that happen.
Well,
Look at those long legs, milady.
Backstage. They're
Wants to
long,
fight,
but very useless. Useless.
Where's that question?
The guys that made the trip down under, I'm just wondering how you enjoyed your trip down there.
Oh man. We just got back from Australia and New Zealand. And are you from Australia or New Zealand? Australia. And she just asked if we enjoyed the trip. And yeah, a whole lot. It's a great country. Everybody's insanely friendly, and Australia was great. New Zealand, I think there's a bunch of Lord of the Rings nerds up here too. So is that the only thing that New Zealand has ever done? Because that's the only thing that New Zealand seems to care
No,
about.
I gotta
Lamb.
say, we had such a great time, and it's a beautiful country, and everybody is so nice. And all I am doing is trying to figure out how I can get back to New Zealand, get some sheep, and just settle down.
God, thank
Like,
God that's how it
writing
ended.
is
Thank
fine.
God that's how that sentence ended, because it could have ended a lot of ways.
I think you know what I mean by settle down.
I do, yes, I do.
There are kids in the audience.
Are there really, though? Too late.
How old? Little. Okay. No, we'll be clean.
I think the age of NSFW is 8.
Hi, Amy. I just want to ask you a question. I've been seeing your panels from yesterday, and I just want to ask: have you been going around Comic-Con on Saturday and Sunday, go around, or just leave?
Well, this was my excuse because I was only in a few episodes of the show, but I really wanted to come to a panel at Nerd HQ, so I'm kind of just in the audience. So I'm just pretending I'm down there, and I have some questions for you guys. It's been awesome. Obviously, I've talked a little too much, but yeah, I've had a great time. I haven't done virtual reality yet, though. I'm ready.
It's really fun.
For those of you who don't know the Thrilling Adventure Hour, by round of applause, you guys know it, right? You had to buy tickets to come here. But for those of you who may not be overly familiar, Ben and I write the show. Mark and Hal have been cast members since the very beginning, 10 years strong. Aaron has been directing the show from the very beginning. And Arden and Amy are two of our favorite guest stars. We get them out as often as we can, so we thought it would be fun to bring them out on this panel as well. So just so everyone knows where we are.
Context.
I just want to let you know I'm really sad.
Do you have a microphone?
I don't, but I can talk really loud.
Nope.
Not all the way through the internet, you can't.
Nice job.
I just want to let you know that I'm really sad. I never got to see you guys live. I've been planning some kind of trip to go up there, and all the tickets were always 100% sold out. So, but your podcast archives are amazing. Listen to them, people.
Hal cannot wait to get that microphone back from you.
Thank you.
There's another opportunity. There's another opportunity to
praise.
see the show on film, in our concert film. And also, we're going to be in New York in the fall. So you said you were going to make a trip up to see us. How far are you willing to go? All the way to New York City?
We're also doing LA Podfest. Are you doing LA Podfest?
I am doing LA Podfest, which is the weekend of September 18th.
Yes,
So
that
that's
sounds
coming up
right.
pretty
and
soon.
that's
not
that's live streaming.
Yeah.
So you can come to it, or you can watch it on your.
The thing
computer.
about coming to it is that you could get so many podcasts for your little like sweaty dime. If you went to that, you could have this one. You could have some other ones you'd never heard of.
Dimes need not be sweaty. You can pay however you
All
want.
dimes,
but
are,
speaking
dimes
of
are always
which,
sweaty. Dimes come sweaty
if you
from the
show
factory.
up at the thing, you can smell the actors.
You can smell the actors.
That's the difference between live theater and streaming it in your homes.
I wish you could smell this.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
We all smell like
Hal
bacon.
and I have been up for a while.
I smell like bacon.
Yeah,
But
she's a
that's
cop.
awesome,
Cop.
though. That's like.
I hit the breakfast buffet hard with Ben this morning.
Oh, tell me
I think
about the
we ate
waffle.
everything in San Diego this morning. You show up at the Sheraton, and when you sit before the buffet, they go, "Do you want waffles delivered to your table?" And we were like, "Yes, we do. Yes, 100%."
What kind of table would it be?
Just as like a starter, you start with a Belgian waffle, and then you go eat everything else.
How did you win this morning so hard already?
You know what? I just hit the Sheraton buffet big time.
Dude.
Big time.
Is this sponsored by the Sheridan Buffet?
So they give you the waffle first, so it's like the waffle is your plate.
The
They're like, here,
waffles.
we're gonna bring you a food-made plate to put all your
Exactly.
stuff on.
It's like a
there.
tostada. You get to eat the waffle bowl.
And I did notice that your purse is still full of bacon. I didn't know you could take it with you.
You know what?
That could account for the smell.
I just shoved that thing filled with bacon.
Again, winning the morning, essentially. That's how you win any morning.
Hi. First of all, I want to thank Nerd HQ for bringing Thrilling Adventure Hour into our lives.
We do too.
So do we.
And now a word from our sponsor.
We discovered you when you did your first panel a couple years ago. We're like, Thrilling Adventure Hour, what is that?
Who are these people?
Who are these people? What do they do? And then we found out that you had a show in town, and we're like, okay, click. Get the tickets. Let's go see the show.
She got tickets.
I got tickets. Then
Good
we found
planning.
out, then we found out about the podcasts and the books and the comics, and so we started going to the LA shows because we live by LA, and that. And then last year when you were in town, you did the mashup, and we got tickets for that.
We did a
So,
crossover with the Welcome to Night Vale podcast. Have you heard of it?
Yeah. So that was exciting, and that brought that into our lives and everything like that. And then we went to Law Girl last year in November to see Nathan and Keegan Michael Kegel and all that. And the 2 hour it was like not an hour, it was 2 hours that night. And that
This
was
is quite a
great.
travelogue.
I know. This is
I was gonna say,
history.
basically, you're just gloating that your life is so much more awesome than everybody else here.
You don't
April
need virtual
24th.
reality.
Bacon?
At the breakfast buffet, waffle used as plate. Delicious? Yes.
So my thing is,
Where do you stay when you come to LA?
I live in the area, so it was like, oh yeah.
Will you make bacon for us? Can we come over for bacon and waffles?
You know what? I will.
Okay, I'll be there for real.
Okay. So my question is, it just seems like when I found you, I lost you. Because you're no longer doing regular shows and everything like that.
Did you not see the super secret show we did last night at Comic-Con? Anyone here see that super secret show?
No.
It was a crossover
It was
with
too
Night Vale.
super secret.
You see what I'm saying? It was just everyone you see here alone in a hotel room doing the show.
Oh.
Is anyone else there?
So one of my favorite parts of the show is when you guys try not to break character and you just try to keep going. What is your favorite moments over all these 10 years of like a moment that just like, like a favorite moment or a favorite breakdown or a favorite something, and it's got to be like the first thing you think of,
I just want to say it's always flattering to Ben and me that people's favorite parts of the show are the parts we don't write. So thank you for that. I don't know why we would stop doing the show.
Now,
You know, we wrote in every flub.
Only for Jackson. Only for Mark Evan Jackson.
I will say that
Because he's perfect. He's perfect.
to add to that or jump onto that is that there are many times, if anyone here has seen the live show, one of my favorite moments, which happens usually every show, where something happens on stage, often scripted, and people backstage laugh loud enough to be heard by the audience. And whenever that happens, and sometimes it's us, but like someone will do something on stage, we're all watching from the wings, and whatever the actor does on stage is so funny that we can't contain ourselves backstage. And then we realize, they can hear us while the show's going on. right now.
Nobody enjoys the show more than we do.
I have to say, I honestly, when Stevie Agee was cinnamon, and I had to get through watching Stevie Agee go sharpen the pony and looking at Paul F. Tompkins and both of us dying and not being able to regain our composure, that was one of the highlights of my
That's
personal
why that
career.
was 2 hours long, is because you guys laughed for like an hour.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite moments of anything I've ever done, I think.
I think the mistake you made was the eye contact, because if you're starting to break
Yeah.
and someone else is about to break on stage and you catch each other's eyes, you're done. Like,
Yeah, no,
there
it
was
was
one
awful.
when Paget and I, something cracked one of us up, and we had to just
It
stand.
was Carlisle Ravencastle.
Carlisle Ravencastle. And we had to stand behind our scripts, just dying laughing, and she's looking at me with anger in her eyes, like. But we're both just peeing laughing, and I have a great photo of it's just me and Paget on stage with scripts over our faces.
I had a time in New York, which some of you may know this story. I was backstage talking with Ben Blacker during Beyond Belief at
I'm in it.
Hill
I'm in the
House
story.
in Brooklyn. And I missed an entrance as the narrator, which doesn't happen very often. But Paget stepped up to the mic and covered for me. And so all of a sudden we're talking and we hear,
We were
Yeah.
so not present. We were talking about baseball.
Yeah, we were talking about baseball.
Not present at all. It was
Yeah.
the biggest mistake.
and then all of a sudden we heard like, episode 29, like that was her version of that spooky narrator. And she was very like, I didn't know. I went up and I did it, and I went very much. I don't know. Did it go all right? But it was great.
And that's
Way
when we
better.
fired Hal. We found out
Sealed
he's
my
so
own fate.
replaceable.
Via baseball, the career killer.
The end. Are there questions? There are some guys back there. These Nerd HQ volunteers on it.
I just got to watch the concert film for the first time, and it's excellent.
Thank
all very
you.
much
Thank
for
you.
it. Question for Gagliardi.
Yes.
I know the Bins have talked before about Croach's death, and I was wondering what your reaction was about that.
Spoiler. Spoiler.
It was 2 years ago,
It's been podcast a long time ago.
because that really was a sad thing.
It was intense, and I remember getting the script for that, and when I read you get this email of the script, and I read through the thing, and I guess you were probably waiting for that phone call, because I just assume it's Acro hits PDF, send, wait, ring, hello, what? And I was mortified. But luckily he came back with Force Galactic, no less. But yeah, that was a sad, intense moment in the show that is usually filled with sad, intense moments.
It was wonderful to hear the audience reaction to that death. A room full of 250 people, all sounding punched in the gut at once, was a testament to the performance of Mark Gagliardi.
Oh, it was really fun.
You guys are
They like
heartless. Heartless bastards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't love anything. It's a valuable lesson.
That was for the kid.
He's too drunk to take it in.
Yeah.
Better they hear it here than on the street.
So true.
Is there a question?
There were like so many people with their hands up.
Is there a microphone?
Hi guys, this is for Aaron. Some of the other shows that other people involved with Thrilling Adventure Hour have done have had little Easter eggs, or maybe accidental or on purpose. What are the chances that the 100 will have, or has there been an Easter egg related to Thrilling Adventure Hour?
Yeah, there has not been any Easter eggs of Thrilling Adventure Hour in the 100 yet. But now
First of all, you know how funny that show is.
It's hilarious. It's what's known for its jokes, obviously. But no, now that you say that, maybe I'll try to tuck one in. I hadn't ever considered it. You guys keep it a secret. This isn't being broadcast anywhere, is it?
No. There's one up here, wasn't there?
So, work juice. Is there a
Will you stand up?
work juice? Is there a story behind how that came to be?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh man! All right, so we wrote a spec Drew Carey script.
15 years ago.
100 years ago, and the bit was how much do you want to get into this bit? It was
I don't remember, so I'm curious to hear it.
you did. It was
All I remember, let me give you this baseline, is like when Ben and I write something together, we usually pass drafts back and forth. We don't like sit in a room and type together because that's inefficient. So
and weird. If you write that way, you're
yeah,
wrong.
no, those people are weirdos. There's something wrong with their marriages.
You need a bigger keyboard. That's pro tip.
So like when either of us has a turn at the draft, we know that our job is to make the other one laugh.
Right. So we wrote. This is back in old Hollywood, where you would write, in order to get a writing job, a sample of an existing television show. So we wrote a Drew Carey show script, where it was a body switching episode. So Drew and Mimi are in each other's bodies, and it's time for performance.
A lot of Drew Carey fans here. A lot of big Drew Carey show crowd.
And in order to just throw Drew under...
No offense.
Oh, absolutely. None taken.
Some intended.
In order to throw him under the bus, in her performance review, in Drew's body, Mimi says that she was there at work all night licking the work juice off of phones. And it was really gross. And it made me laugh. And meanwhile, we were writing a script about a coffee shop and couldn't come up with a name for a coffee shop. And we had work juice right there.
And we would meet like in the mornings. This is when we were young, so we could get up and actually like do some work in the mornings. Meet at a coffee shop to write our script about a coffee shop. And I think one of us said to them, like, I can't get this done. I gotta get some work juice in me. And that was it. And it made us laugh over the years. And we're like, oh my God, what if we treat this seriously?
We need a fake sponsor for our fake radio show.
And then now we have actually named our production company after it, which is the dumbest thing.
And for a while, you had actual work juice coffee.
We did. That's right.
I don't think it's happening anymore, but it was around.
It was like in the fake ad that we wrote. It was the most caffeine dense, legally available on the market.
That is true. This roaster in, I want to say, North Dakota or South Dakota, known for their coffee.
Also known for their work juice, apparently.
Exactly. Well, they don't have too much going on. I'm sorry, I love you, South Dakota. But this roaster sent us samples of like increasing amounts of caffeine. And we're like, give us the one with the most. This is the best.
Because you tried them all at once, and you had them all in one sitting.
We actually did a test.
By the time that you got to that point, you were like, fine, this one.
We had a bunch of the work juice players over for
Oh, you
tasting.
did?
Yeah. Like the good ones.
It's
Paul,
cool.
Padgett, Mark Evan Jackson. Like
Craig was there.
Barely
Craig was
Mark.
there for sure, I believe.
Yeah, Aaron was there, absolutely.
It's cool. Annie and I were playing on a virtual reality video game somewhere, so.
I didn't get into that one either.
Well, we had you on the list, but your name was spelled wrong.
Where is Harl Lublin?
We can do 17 more minutes on the work juice name, but are there other questions?
Hi, my name's Tatiana from Orange County. Last year when you announced that you were going to stop doing the live radio shows, I think that it had been discussed that there were other things on the forefront. I know some of that was the comics. Is there any...
Now available from Image.
Yes,
Two
not
different
at the
comics.
booth at Comic-Con though.
No, because they're only selling trades,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But you can get them on Comixology, and you can get them in your local comic book shop.
And I was just wondering if there's anything else that's happening in the pipeline for the characters that we love that we will be losing soon.
They never go away. You're not losing them. First of all, there are 250 episodes of the podcast. If there were a TV show that you loved that did 250 episodes, you would be psyched. Unless it was Psych.
Then you'd be thrilled.
Tim Amundsen's a close personal friend. The comics are ongoing. As Mark mentioned, we're doing adaptations of the comics, live reads of the comics in New York, around New York Comic Con. We're doing a night of Beyond Belief and a night of Sparks, Nevada, so that should be a lot of fun. October 9th and 10th. We're doing a bunch of stuff that week. We're doing this all-new show at Podfest, which you guys have never seen, which we're excited to bring you. Other than that, I can just say we're continuing to explore other media.
The thing about doing the show is it's always just like throw the sheet on the barn. Like we can do a live stage show, we write it, we do it, we put it up. Hollywood is different. Hollywood is, we have to pitch it, we have to present it, the people we tell have to tell their dads, and they have to like decide if they want to spend the money.
Are you
on
pitching to children?
it would be going much better. If we were pitching that show. So it's just a long process of trying to get anything done with the standard Hollywood.
And to do it right. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Is like we could sell this off and probably not be involved.
Parts or whatever.
Yeah, not have Paul and Paget involved or whatever. But we really want to serve the audience that has grown with us as we bring parts of the show to other media. And that's important to us. So that means it's going to take a little longer, but it's going to be worth it.
Are there plans for a virtual reality version of the show? Because Arden was asking about it earlier.
I know. Jason Statham asked me when I was talking to him in my alternate reality. He's a big fan. He loves your work.
He loves your work.
He loves your work.
For a week and a half, there was an insane millionaire who was like, "We should do this."
This is
Virtual
actually true.
reality.
Wait, what?
An immersive. He was great because he said an immersive beyond belief experience where you can just turn your head and see Mars.
Oh.
Was he on Coyote when he said that?
That is absolutely true. We pitched to an insane millionaire. This is 100% true.
It was not Hodgman doing a character. But he was barefoot.
Can we write that show?
No. Okay, yes.
This is how it goes, you guys. This is how it's been for 10 years. I get excited about something. I want to do it right away. He says no. 10 years. The people on the stage know it is the opposite that is true.
That was freaky.
What? Yeah, right there.
Okay, hi. Thank you very much for being
I
here.
got this.
Yeah.
Apparently. I've been asleep for like 11 minutes.
Moderation begins with "Hey" and "You" and talk.
In the back. Just kind of expanding on what the previous question was. You guys are obviously still tag teaming, but I wanted to know what was going on in the future for the rest of the folks going on here. What projects are coming up?
They have nothing.
They're just waiting.
Absolutely.
They have nothing without us.
Waiting for us.
That's great.
Actually, Hal Lublin and I have a new podcast.
You got that?
We Got This is the name of our podcast. We provide definitive answers for dumb debates. Should you put ketchup on a hot dog? Should you have your toilet paper overhand or underhand?
Overhand.
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 We will have an episode
Disgusting.
that is a lightning round with Ben Acker. We're very excited about.
Yes, coming soon to a major podcasting network near you.
Maximum Fun.
Maximum
We
Fun.
announce that? Is this an exclusive?
Nerd HQ exclusive.
Nerd HQ exclusive.
Nerd HQ exclusive. We're with Maximum Fun now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey Mark, what's Jesse Thorne really like?
You guys, did any of you guys know he's completely deaf and blind? He's been faking it this whole time. I have no idea how he does it.
I met with him and guided him around a block of Los Angeles.
Does
That
he have
was our
heightened
meeting.
senses?
That
Is he
was the
going
test.
by taste?
He just grabbed my hand and went, "Whoa!" at one point.
No, I'm trying to take you away from that.
Come on.
That's the
Aaron,
only thing that's happening.
Hey, Aaron, what are you doing?
Oh, hello. I currently write and produce a show called The 100. So if you don't know it, check it out. Season 1's on Netflix. Season 2 coming to Netflix, I believe, in the fall. I don't know the exact date. And on DVD as well. Season 3, 2016. So check it out.
I will be on the upcoming Mr. Shows prequel or post-sequel? Sequel?
Try again.
Sequel?
Go back. Try again.
I will be on the upcoming Mr. Show sequel with Bob and David on Netflix, and I'm on Fresh Off the Boat, and I like to do at midnight, and I tour with my stand-up. So come see me. I actually played at that mall here in San Diego. That's a good club at that mall. Anyway.
Oh, there's a really nice one downtown, American Comedy Comes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
so
It's really good.
Really good. Yeah.
Fun crowds. I met the guy I was like, this guy who sat in the front row, and I was kind of joking with him, and it turned out he owns Legoland and has 10 kids. I tried to get him to adopt me or marry me, but he was not interested in either. Milady?
I am on Person of Interest, which and I don't think we know exactly when we're coming back for season 5, but sometime this year. So, yeah, so that's that.
Check your local listings.
Hi, guys. Wait.
You got it.
This is going to go
Can you hear me?
great.
Can you hear me? Cool.
All right, this is a question for the Bens. The live show usually started with Sparks and ended with Beyond Belief. What was the decision-making process about what the middle segment was going to be for each show?
It varied between who we needed to serve in the cast and what ideas we had.
So usually Craig.
And what we hadn't done in a while.
Yeah.
I wish there was a better, more entertaining.
No, that is true. Or, you know, I mean, occasionally it was like we would get excited about a Captain Laserbeam idea, or we would get excited about a Colonel TikTok. We would always get excited about a Moonshine Holler, but they were so hard to write. And that's why they're only like...
Because you wrote them in iambic pentameter once.
We may have made it hard on ourselves.
I remember going to see some movie with you, Acker, and you're like, before the movie started, you said, I have the last moment of a Moonshine Holler, and you pitched it to me, and I was like, oh, God, that's really good. And you're like, I just got to write it now. Yeah. I just got to write the whole... But you did. It was the one that ended with the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, it was 3 years later. That proof is in the pudding episode we kicked around for so long because we knew that was a funny ending to it, and it was right on the Moonshine Holler, like how the show works. But we could not build that episode. And from when we finally did, I'm glad. You know, sometimes it has to take that long. The Beyond Belief that we just put out, that we did at our anniversary show, which was about like old Hollywood ghosts haunting Frank and Sadie. That's another one that like Ben had the core of that idea for a long, long time. We had talked about it even in the M-Bar days, like 8 years ago. And it was just a story that we couldn't, it was never quite working. And then I think we needed a story.
It came as close to working as ever in the episode that went out.
Yeah, and it came out great. I mean, that was an especially fun show because we had just the Work Juice players, so we kind of gave everybody new stuff to do, and that was really cool.
That woman, that guy, and then when that guy, and then that lady. This is gonna go great. Be brave. I believe in you. Okay. Look, look at
Aisha's
your
just
cone.
noticing there are people here.
I cannot
That's a
see
guy.
through this wig, by the way.
That's a wig?
Yes. No. I'm like one of those dolls where you pull a string and all of a sudden an afro pops out. Later in the day, I'm going to grow a penis. Sorry, kid. Go ahead.
Better he finds out now.
I only grow it when I have to pee. Okay.
Yeah, I grew up on old-time radio, and I was just curious from both a performance and a writing point of view, what were the biggest differences and ahas from it?
He's like 40. Where did you grow up on old-time radio? We're the same age. Old-time radio to you is like the Daz band. What the fuck are you talking?
He just listens to the oldie stations, which is now like playing like Salt and Pepper.
Right. He cranked up the radio. He's like, I'm gonna get the radio going any minute here. It's gonna be 22. Hey, skidoo. I don't know anything about old-time radio, clearly.
Well, that makes all of us.
Yeah, we totally faked it.
It was always our idea of what old-time radio might be in the way that, like, the Indiana Jones movies are not recreations of the serials that inspired them, but are sort of the most fun version and most contemporary version of what that old conceit might be. The end.
But the Shadow's cool.
I can't get down with the Shadow just because it's so old.
You can't get down with the Shadow?
I can't get down with the Shadow because it's so old that you listen to an episode and it's like, oh no, don't even walk on the Harlem. And they're like, this was recorded in 1906. I have a real hatred of that.
You're sexist against 1906.
There might be something wrong with your speakers.
Yeah, get the high def.
Yeah. You can afford it. You're with Maximum Fun now.
That lady.
My question is for Amy. I was wondering, out of all the characters you've played, which one would you most want to hang out with, and what would you do?
Ooh.
What characters did I play? No, just kidding.
In your whole career. Your whole career.
On the show or in my... Wait, what are we talking
In your whole career. That'll make it easier.
Wait, we're talking thrilling adventure?
No. Whatever
No,
you want.
we're talking me
You.
in real life. Okay.
IRL.
What was the question?
You want a water or something?
I might... No. What character would I like to hang out with that I've played?
You can pick Arden if you want.
Most of the characters I've played have ended up killing people, so that's not a good start. I don't know. I guess Fred would be, you know. She seems pretty nice.
Good answer. Arden, same question. Which of Amy's characters would you like to?
I want to hang out with the one that kills the most and just see if I can take her down because of my self-defense class.
Stone Cold Killer.
Good answer.
Let's go down the line.
That is
Aaron?
the best super fight ever.
Aaron, which of your characters would you like to?
Oh, my characters. I think it would have to be Amy.
Great.
Actually, my first part in college, I could play. Aaron wrote the play that I first. What is that? How would you say that?
I don't know. The first play I ever wrote was for you and starred Amy. So that's where we met back in the day. Yeah.
And that was a good part.
It was a good part. You were quite good in it.
This is the first time they've seen each other since.
Good to see you too.
Catch up later.
We have time for.
I thought we were going down the line.
thought we were going
but
down the
somehow
line,
that just
Hal.
petered out. Yeah.
Hal's been fired.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hal, what character?
He's leaving you for maximum fun.
Hal, what character or something?
Oh, geez, Phil Fathom. Right? Thank you.
Mark?
Mark, same question.
I would
Philip
not hang out with
Fathom.
Croach. He would be unbearable. No, Croach the Tracker, of course.
Yeah, of course.
What question would you ask Croach the Tracker?
I'd like to speak to Croach the Tracker right now.
Human designated Ben, what would you like to speak of?
What's your favorite curse word?
Bagropa.
Did you see I had to tell him that?
Croach can't
They
say.
can't do anything on their own.
No! Croach is so hard to improvise in because we did this thing with Paul F. where we were improvising as Sparks and Croach, and I started to speak in this stilted Martian way that Croach speaks, and I was like, oh my God, this is really hard unless Acker and Blacker have handed me a thing, and I'm like, and just read what's on a page. So
What are the
kudos
other-
to you guys.
Do you know the other Lipton questions?
The other Lipton questions? Is there heaven and if
that's
you arrived at the
big
gates?
finale.
would you
That's
blop,
the last
blop?
one.
What's your favorite curse word?
Yeah.
Tell me something awesome about myself that I don't know. That's one.
That's one of James Lipton's.
Yeah, that's one. That's James Lipton's. That's what James Lipton is thinking. He's like, just
The subtext of every question.
adulate me, and then he puts a question mark on the end. Adulate me? Yes. Yeah. Everybody can look adulate up after the show.
This is a 40-year-old audience. They get it.
Yeah. That guy back there's like 110 because he grew up on old time radio.
He looks great. He looks great.
Really good.
I love your work.
He's
I
been
love your
dead
work.
for 40 years. Looks great.
He bought that bed from Michael Jackson after he died.
Well, you rather he
come
bought
on,
it
I didn't
before
kill
he
him.
I did.
I think we might have time for one more question, so let's try to get it in.
Make it a good one.
Guys, yeah, don't blow it. A lot of pressure. I believe in you.
It's your time to shine, audience. You got this.
This is happening.
So, having been lucky enough to go to several of the live performances, having been able to go to several live performances, one of the things that really impressed me was the way the cast would come out to the patio, and you really, everybody was always so nice and took pictures. And how was that just a natural development of the chemistry that you guys had, or was there a conscious thought to say we want to be people that connect with our audience?
Those weren't real. Those were we hired lookalikes.
That was a virtual
Jason
reality.
Ritter?
You were in a helmet the whole
Sorry.
time.
Yeah.
And even the guest stars. Jason Ritter would come out, and everybody. Nathan Fillion, the master of the selfie. How'd that come about?
When we did the show at M-Bar, there was literally nowhere to go. There was one exit. We were all in a giant room. So after the show, we would all wind up on the patio, and naturally you would speak to people who had just seen the show, which at the time were a lot of acquaintances, and then we started to build a fan base, and we were sort of packing it. So we would see the same people month after month. And then when we moved to Largo, it just sort of grew out of that. We weren't accustomed.
We felt the distance. Like we
Yeah.
wanted to be able to reach out to people after the show.
Yeah, and we were accustomed to afterwards, you go say hi to the people who were in the show. And Mark and I, when we did shows together at Second City, you would come out and say hi to people afterwards. So I don't think it felt odd to anybody to make that transition. And over the course of the 5 or 6 years we did the show at Largo, we would see the same people over and over again. So there's much less distance between us and the people who come see the show.
Look, this show would not be possible were it not for the love of everyone involved, from us and Aaron to the actors to the musicians to the fans. You guys made this show possible, and we cannot thank you enough. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thanks a lot.
Give it up for the Thrilling Adventure Hour. Ben Acker, Ben Blacker, Mark Cagliardi, Hal Wurtzel, Arden Myron, and Amy Acker.
Thank you, Aisha.